Hello, Virgo Rising. Welcome to Scopes Unshamed. This is for May 2026. So, what I'm going to suggest first is that you go back and listen to April, and let me tell you why. As a person who lives very devoted to cycle, it is so helpful to understand where you are in time when you can have the evidence of your life. What came up? What decisions did you have to go through? What were the surprises? What were the detours? What was frustrating? What was exciting? You have all this evidence, this data from your life, and now you can take that data and listen to the astrological guidance from the perspective of what you already know, the perspective of what you lived. And then you can see like where you are able to frame your experience inside of the magical language that is astrology to really like help you get a sense of the larger picture of your life. It's so helpful. So then when you come to listening to the scope for May, you have kind of recentered, you've reoriented to where you are in time. So that's my suggestion to do first. Let's get into May. One of the cool things about May 2026 is that the first day and the last day of the month have full moons. This does not happen very often. So the whole month is kind of like, I see it like a hammock, like where the full moons are holding the two ends of the hammock and are like, we're like inside of this hammock. But these two full moons are going to feel really different. And that's something that you can track in your journal if you like to track astrology, like I do. So let's look at it. We begin the month with a full moon in Scorpio. So, what will this bring up? What will this bring up? Okay, so first, what I would say to you, Virgo rising, is when I sense into your chart, I imagine that, you've been going through kind of a vulnerable time, is what I would imagine. There may have been a lot of deep confrontations and reorganizations in some of the more vulnerable areas of your life. And they may involve other people, debts with other people, deep ties to other people, kind of where you open yourself up to others and the vulnerability of that and being alive. And so this spring, you've been getting that information. And across April, you may have found that you were coming into an understanding of how to conceive of, relate to, like, what is the meaning of all of this? Like, what even is this being alive? What lights my sky up? Like, how do I want to sit inside the story of the human experience on planet Earth right now? And there may have been some shifts that have been coming up as you've been orienting and listening to and attuning to the changes that may be kind of under the surface of you, maybe changes that not everybody sees, but you're definitely living. And so this full moon comes and it's full of all the intensity of Scorpio, Scorpio being a place of deep, deep depth, but for real, like it being a way of being that is an access to some of the more high sensation feelings that we humans hold as they relate to truth, the truth of feeling, the truth of being humans with feelings and humans that are capable of being hurt. To be vulnerable means to be capable of being wounded. And being alive means being capable of being wounded. So for me, vulnerability is one of those scary things about being human, but it's also like the doorway to walk through when you are wanting to feel more alive in your life. Like you're calling in aliveness Well, that doorway is going to mean being deeper into connection with your feelings. And so this full moon maybe is kind of like illumination of this for you. Full moons to me really illuminate your life. So it's almost like you could think of it like this. There's nothing to do, right? There's nothing to manage here. It's more about sitting back with the illumination, sitting back and registering it, like looking around. What do you see? What do you see? What is here? What is here in your life right now? And taking note of it. That's really like what the invitation is this is here. Can I be with it? This is here. Can I look at it? This is here. Can I hold it? This is here. Can I feel it? These types of, whoa, the truth of it, like the truth of it is here. And that's the invitation. And whatever gets moved around there, whatever gets illuminated, you're like, okay, I've seen it now. Like I've experienced this now. That's going to continue to support you as the month goes on. And you are coming into, it feels to me, like a sense of awareness of something that I call the emergent no, N-O. So I created this framework years ago to describe the no that is not a fuck no. Not every no is a fuck no. I wish it was because fuck no's are very clear and obvious and straightforward and even fun. The emergent no is not always as fun, but it's very empowering to move through. So I have a whole workshop and PDF to help you with this. It's in the show notes and it's free. So it's a free gift. It's been a free gift I've been giving away for years on the Emergent No. And I created it as an Aries, Taurus, Gemini teaching. And here we are, that time of year. It's Emergent No time of year. So the Emergent No is the no that's under the surface of our awareness that we aren't aware of until we become aware of it because it's emerging. It's an emergent no. So we have to think about like the surface, like the ocean. We are only aware of so much of what's going on in us. And under the surface of the water is what we're not seeing, what we're not aware of, what we're not conscious of. The idea with the emergent no is that you've had a no to something in your life, a relationship, a way of being, a way of believing, a way of seeing, a way of talking to yourself, a way of talking about life, a place, a job. Could be all kinds of things. It's been a growing no for you because it's not alive for you anymore. But we humans, we will keep it under the surface of our awareness if we don't have the space and capacity to be with what honoring that no is going to mean for us because it's going to mean change. So we won't see it fully unless we are in a time of having the skills and the capacity and the circumstances to be able to be with it now. So you can have an emergent no under the surface of your awareness for months, and you can have an emergent no under the surface of your awareness for decades. Trusting that all timing is perfect, you are now in present time, if this is resonating for you, able to be with what this might mean for you. That's why I have the workshop in the PDF. So this doesn't have to mean an ending. It just really may be an update. It's about you updating your relationship to whatever the thing is, the partnership, the way of being, the way of seeing, the habit, whatever. You're ready to be in present time with the thing rather than in relationship to it the way you first made agreements with it, which is in the past. And you're not that person anymore. And, from the perspective of unshaming, shame is always going to be a return to the past. And then we have the same way of relating to reality as we always do. Unshaming is being able to be in relationship to the past, to be with it, to have compassion for the old shame, the old story, to talk to it, but then to relate to reality from present time, from who we are now, emergently. So that unshaming is a way of being that allows you to continuously be afresh in your choices so that you're not making your choices from the old stories. So, emergent no's are a really powerful part of the process of being a person of emergence because they're helping you clear, right? It's helping you clear out what's dead, what's rotting, trusting that you can have the capacity to be with this stink and you can do what needs to be done to deal with it. So it's a real maturity thing. Like if you are moving through an emergent no, like there's a word for what you're doing. It's called maturing. But it's not always fun because we used to believe in that thing, or we may have spent a long time with the thing that we're now saying no to. So there's a lot of complex feelings. So you're ready for it when you've become a person who can be with feelings, like you can be with your feelings. You can be with the grief. You can be with, what, all the things that comes up when it's time to update or say no, no more, and trust ourselves to be with ourselves with where we're going to go next. And so that process may become one that's very up for you as you're moving into the middle of the month and you're getting to the new moon in Taurus, which is on the 16th of May. You may just feel like, and now we're clear moving forward. And this is great because when you're in that phase of like, I need to do something, or like, I need to decide, I need to act, I need to put my no into the world, that like, we only have, it's not very helpful to be there forever, like there is a wisdom to waiting until the proper timing. And it's nice when you can finally like move it along, even if it's scary to face what's next, being the person we've never been before in the new pattern. So, the second half of the month has a lot of like, and now we're moving, like, and now we're moving energy. Like, there's a lot of shifting in the sky. The energy is very different in the second half of the month after that new moon in Taurus and all that's being revealed the first half of May. And so that's something to really enjoy is like change. We can't be in that forever. Now we're going to be in another thing. And that's what we're going to be in the second half of the month when the sun moves into a part of your chart that's very connected to like who you are in the public sphere, who you are in the public forum, who are you in the village square when people see you and they're like, there's so and so. They're the ones who da 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 da, right? And over our lives, the da 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 part changes, and there could be a lot of shame with that, right? Like we have shame around what we're bringing through into the world, and unshaming is a process that helps you get more clear with what you want that to even be and who it's for and what that even means to you and like how involved you want to be in caring about that. Unshaming is really helpful for those things. But uh yeah, you might find that all that you moved through in the first part of the month and in April, March, April, is now helping you make some moves, like be able to see some clear shifts that you want to bring forward in your career and what you're doing in the world. Um, some of these shifts may feel like, whoa, okay, wasn't fully expecting that one. But I guess here we are. Like there may be some yeah, some big moves that start to happen in the latter half of the month, maybe some shakeups. There may be some shakeups collectively too, like around that week of the 20s of May. There may be collective and personal disequilibrium, calling in the most liberating version of that possible for you, right? Like if there's going to be a shakeup, what kind of disruption would be really liberating? What kind of disruption are you calling in? What kind of disruption would be totally awesome for your career? Even if you didn't see it coming, you're like, hey, I couldn't have engineered such a liberating shift, calling that in because the sun is going to meet up with Uranus in that career space for you. And so there could be some interesting, whoa, didn't see that coming kind of energy because that's what happens with Uranus. There's really no way to exactly predict it. It's just we know that there will be some kind of like sudden sudden awarenesses, sudden awakenings, sudden knowings, sudden inventions, sudden paradigm shifts that they just come. You don't have to manage it. You can't fuck it up. Just follow the signs. You're being shown everything that you would need to know. You're being shown everything that you need to know. And but that week may just want a little more padding because we are going through so much collectively right now. You also don't know what you can expect that week collectively. And so it's a good time to really ask yourself, like, what do I need right now? What would feel good to me right now? What is supportive to me right now? What are the boundaries I need with collective energy? And how much do I want to be connected to it consciously? And when do I need to turn it off for myself? Those kinds of questions could be really supportive to like plan into your week or plan into that week of May so that it doesn't feel like it's completely throwing you off course in a way that you feel like you don't have space for it. Plan on having some extra space that week, I would say. And then we get to the final full moon at the very end of the month, and that's in Sagittarius, which is the polar sign of Gemini. So it's therefore illuminating the opposite end of your chart rather than your public self. It's illuminating your private self. It's illuminating your history, your past, family life, childhood home, parents, lineage, ancestors. It's also illuminating how you currently create home. How do you create space that you fall back into? Who are you when you lean back into the foundations of who you are? And this is private because, we don't necessarily invite everybody into our home. We don't necessarily invite everyone to go meet our parents and understand the deep histories of where we come from that are the context of who we are. The past is always present, but it's not actually here now either. It's a paradox. And so this full moon may be really illuminating, just like there's a lot of support here. This is really an opportunity to bring yourself the like maximum amount of compassion that you can bring. The compassion for the mysteries of your being here, the mystery of this. You came to be here on planet Earth in your body in 2026, living where you live now, living the life you have now, and you're from deep mystery. And it took a lot to bring you here. And you're of that, but you're also yourself and you're sovereign and you are healing from what was brought through you. And that's part of your own sovereignty journey in this life is to separate yourself from what's yours and what's not yours. This being a gift that you can send back through the timeline, your own empowered, sovereign unshaming. So there just may be a lot that kind of just ripens at the end of May, where you come into this like big awareness of the deeper stories that got you here, how they relate to what you're wanting to do in the public sector, and how, like, it's not, you don't owe the past your knee, because you're you living here now. But the past still may want your attention so that you can attune to it, have compassion, listen, feel, and then bring into present time. But I live here now. And letting that alchemy of understanding time at a deep, deep level support you in being more clear with what you want to bring through. Yeah, that feels complete. Thank you, Virgo Rising. If it would be supportive to you, my recommendation is to make a note to yourself to listen mid-month. Then you're going to have a lot more data and you can hear it all again from the perspective of being inside of it and receive wisdom that can support you when you're really navigating the things that I'm speaking to here. So I hope that that will help, and I will see you in June. Thank you so much.